So before we actually go into the points, so this is just stomach, and we just give an introduction to the planes. Ma'am has already explained exactly how to identify the planes, and this is a subcostal plane below the almost below the costal cartilages, and this is a transpyloric plane. These two planes are the only planes which are required to identify the stomach. So how are we going to identify the surface landmarks of the stomach? We are going to discuss about two orifices, the entry and the exit. So the cardiac orifice and pyloric orifice. How many orifices? Two orifices. Totally we are going to see how many points you will see. Okay. Once again, there are two orifices, there are two curvatures, and after that, what is the last part left? The upper wala convex part. What is that part called? Fundus. So totally how many parts are we going to see? 5 points we are going to see. Okay. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, let's go into this part. And what is this? This is the cardiac orifice. How do we identify the cardiac orifice? We have two parallel lines. Directed downwards and towards the left. And at what point, at what level are we discussing this? At the 7th costal cartilage, not the intercostal space, because there is no 7th intercostal space. 7th costal cartilage. And where is it present? At what line? 2.5 centimeter to the left of the median plane. 2.5 centimeter to the left of the median plane. First point is clear. First point is the cardiac orifice. It is separated by, the orifices of 2 centimeter, two parallel lines, downwards and towards the left. What point? 2.5 centimeter to the left of the median plane. What level? 7th costal cartilage. First point clear. Second point. The next orifice, pyloric orifice. Pyloric orifice is exactly. Ma'am, by palpating, ma'am, below the 6th intercostal space.
How you think to palpate?
Ma'am, I'll start palpating. First, I'll find the jugular notch, ma'am. After that, I'll find the angle of Lewis, ma'am. From that, if I go to the left, I'll get the second costal cartilage, second intercostal space, ma'am. From that, by palpating 3rd intercostal space, 4th intercostal space, 5th intercostal space, 6th intercostal space, just below the 6th intercostal space, we'll get the 7th costal cartilage, ma'am.
We can feel for the ribs also, palpate the ribs also. Why
Yes.
go in the intercostal space?
Ma'am, because when we feel the ribs at different levels, there will be different cartilage, like 7 cartilages here, costal cartilage here. But if we palpate the ribs here, it might be the 10th costal cartilage.
We will not start from below. We'll start from angle of Lewis.
Yes, ma'am.
That is going to correspond with the second rib.
Yes, ma'am.
And then there will be a space.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
then there will be a next rib. So
Yes,
we can say that is the 3rd rib or the 3rd costal cartilage.
Yes, ma'am.
Just lateral to each other. Then 4th costal cartilage. So we can go this way also to the 7th costal cartilage.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean to say that you need not to go for intercostal spaces only. You can go for the ribs and the costal cartilages also, but you have to start counting from the sternal line.
Yes, ma'am. So cardiac orifice is done. So pyloric orifice is exactly the opposite. This was downwards and towards the left. So this must be upwards and towards the right. At what point is it present? It is present on the transpyloric plane. And how do we, ma'am has beautifully explain how to identify the transpyloric plane in an easy manner. How do we identify it? Taking the midpoint between the xiphisternal point and the umbilicus. The mid part is the transpyloric. Why are we discussing about transpyloric plane? What orifice are we discussing about? Pyloric orifice. Pyloric orifice is present on. And it is what is the how far is it present from the xiphisternal point? How far is it present from the median plane? 1.2 centimeter to the right of the median plane. On the transpyloric plane, we are able to find the pyloric orifice. Two orifices are done. So now, if I take this point, that is the right margin of the cardiac orifice, and the upper part or the left border of the pyloric orifice, and if I draw a J-shaped curvature, J-shaped curved line, this forms the lesser curvature. Third point clear. Right margin of the cardiac orifice and the upper margin of the pyloric orifice. What is the shape of the line? And the tip of the line, the lowest point of the line reaches a little bit below the transpyloric plane. J shape na, please. J shape. So, if there is a J shape, this is the end point, and there must be a lowermost point. The end point, if it ends in the transpyloric plane, the lowermost point lies below the transpyloric plane. 3 parts cleared, cardiac orifice done, pyloric orifice done, lesser curvature done. So what are the things which are left? 2 things are left. What are the 2 things which are left? Fundus and fundus is very simple. What is fundus? Fundus is a concave surface, which is concave upwards. So where convex upwards. Convex upwards. Fundus, where does it start from? It starts from the left margin of the cardiac orifice. And what is the highest point? What is the point? What is the highest point? Highest point is in the left 5th intercostal space, just below the nipple. Left 5th intercostal space, just below the nipple. This is the highest point of. Highest point of. Highest point of. So what is fundus? Convex upwards, starts from the right margin of the cardiac orifice. Highest point is 5th intercostal space below the nipple, and from the end of the fundus, to lower margin of the pyloric orifice. This is the lower margin of the pyloric orifice. Convex left and downwards. This is the left and downwards. Convex left and downwards. This was convex upwards. Convex left and downwards. Convex left and downwards. There we have what do we have? Greater curvature. And it extends up to the level of level 3 L3 vertebra. Up to that is almost near to the subcostal plane.
So in order to get the surface landmarking of stomach, we need to get 5 points. The first one is obvious, that is cardiac orifice. So how to locate the cardiac orifice? In the sternum, we'll draw a median plane, which will divide the sternum into 2 halves. Then at the level of 7th costal cartilage, we'll go 2.5 centimeters to the left side, somewhere here, and then we'll draw 2 parallel lines which will be directed downwards and towards the stomach, because it is the entry orifice of the stomach. So we'll direct two parallel lines that will be directed downwards. This will be the cardiac orifice. The second one will be the pyloric orifice, which will lie in the transpyloric line. So where is transpyloric line? It is between the xiphisternal joint and the umbilical. It roughly passes between these two midpoint of these two lines. So then we'll go 1.2 centimeter to the right of the transpyloric line and draw 2 more parallel lines, which will direct upward and towards outward of the stomach, because that exemplifies the outer orifice of the stomach. So we get 2 points. Now we can easily draw now the lesser curvature of the stomach. How to do that? Basically, we have to take the right marginal part of the cardiac orifice and upper marginal part of the pyloric orifice and try to draw a J-shaped curve. This will represent the lesser curvature of the stomach. Now the J-shaped curve will be lying little low towards the transpyloric line, because as Adarsh explained, that 2 points, in a J-shape, if 2 points are at the transpyloric line, that the lower point of the J-shaped curve will lie below the transpyloric line. Then we'll draw the fundus. The fundus is a portion which is little above the cardiac orifice. So how we can explain it? It lies in the 5th intercostal space. Take a point just below the nipple, and then join the left margin of the cardiac orifice and draw a curved line to join the point that is below the nipple. That will represent the fundus. And now, to complete the stomach, we'll have to draw the greater curvature of the stomach. Now we have these many points are enough to draw the greater curvature. So we only have to join the point of the fundus to the point on the lower border of transpyloric line. Lower border of the pyloric orifice. That will complete the greater curvature of the stomach.
Number 75. I know you all have prepared very well and you have presented also very well. And so I'm not going to ask you. Roll number 75 can stand up and do the presentation for this. Roll number 75 absent. एक बार में नहीं सुनेगा absent. 79 absent. 82 absent. 86 absent. 54 absent. 35 yes, you all can come back. If you had not done your presentation also, but you have prepared. You have prepared and you know where you were lacking. Because you have carefully listened, you also, and you have studied. Yes, surface farming of stuff. It was very nice case.
There are five important points that we have to remember while doing the surface landmark.
You can use yourself to explain.
There are five more important points that we have to keep in mind while surface landmarking of stomach. There are two orifices. One is the cardiac orifice and the second is the pyloric orifice. And two curvatures. One is the greater curvature and the one is the lesser curvature. And the last one is the fundus of the stomach. So we shall start with the cardiac orifice. Where is the cardiac orifice located? That is at the level of the 7th costal cartilage. And what is we shall be representing the cardiac orifice with two parallel lines which are 2.5 centimeter lateral to the median plane.
You can say 2.5 centimeters left of the median. Easy. Yes.
The cardiac orifice is present 2.5 centimeters left to the median plane, and it is of 2 centimeters.
It is represented by two parallel lines which are separated from each other by
2 centimeters. This is about the cardiac orifice. It is how it is oriented. It is towards the left, downwards and towards the left. Then we shall come to the pyloric orifice. Pyloric orifice is exactly opposite to the cardiac orifice. It is directed towards the right and upwards, and it is present just below the transpyloric plane, and it is 1.2 centimeters left. 1.2 centimeters right to the median plane. Then we shall come to the fundus of the stomach. Fundus of the stomach, it starts from the upper margin of the cardiac orifice, and it extends. Cardiac orifice is at the level of the
upper margin is going left margin of cardiac orifice. Left है ना? The left margin of cardiac orifice to very good.
It starts from the 7th costal cartilage, as we know, and then it extends up. Its highest point extends up to the 5th subintercostal space just below the nipple. Then we shall talk about the lesser curvature, which is of J-shaped. It starts from the right margin of the cardiac orifice. Then it extends up to the transpyloric plane, and the lowermost point lies of the lesser curvature. It lies just below the transpyloric plane.
You can see the upper margin of the pyloric orifice.
And also upper margin of
we form a J-shaped structure which is uniting which point, that is the cardiac orifice, the mid margin, right margin of cardiac orifice to the upper margin of the
pyloric orifice.
Very good.
Then the last one is the greater curvature of the stomach. It extends from the fundus of the stomach up to the lower margin of right margin of the pyloric orifice.
But the pyloric orifice का ऐसे है, तो upper और lower, ठीक है ना?
So
और जो cardiac orifice है, that you can say right here.
So the greater curvature is extends from the left margin of the cardiac orifice and up to the lower margin of the pyloric orifice. It is convex laterally or leftwards and downwards.
Very good, very good. So I think he was able to repeat because he listened properly or he was explaining properly. Both is required. Okay, both is required. So I want to tell you this thing. If input is not there, going to come from your side, no one can teach you better. Any expert anywhere will not be able to teach better if efforts are not going to come from your side. Okay, okay. Now we'll have the next presenter, please. We have 5-10 minutes. We can have next presentation. 15 to 20 or 10 to 15. 10 to 15. कोई भी नहीं है 11 absent. Now 11 absent, 12 absent, 13, 14. जाओ. तो सर्विस मार्किंग सबको ऐसे ही पढ़नी है. Okay, in groups. Divide among yourself. ये वाला structure और दूसरा will be explained by one person, other will be by the other person, and then you are going to explain each other on your own. Okay, on your own.
मैम मेल पे है मैम.
And you go to anatomy folder save.
We do not want this to this will be all talking. We want the diagram, yes.
So the pancreas
किसी
lies.
ने किडनी किया है? किसी ने किडनी प्रिपेयर किया? You have prepared? Okay. So after this we have kidney because kidney these are the structures which are frequently asked for surface anatomy. Pancreas is rarely asked, but we are prepared to be able to ask. We are going to get this presentation. इसके बाद ये going to go through.
The pancreas is most.
After सीधा you tell us the surface one. Yes.
Head is the head of pancreas is between the curve of the duodenum, and then the neck extends between the transpyloric plane and the subcostal plane. And if we draw two parallel lines, one across the neck and 10 centimeter from the 10 centimeter from that line parallel to it, the body extends from.
But when you are going to tell us the pancreas is like the sea of the ocean, you have to tell us where is the sea of the ocean located. So tell us it is on right side or left side?
Right side.
Right side. Okay. Then you told us that pancreas is going to lie between transpyloric plane and the subcostal plane.
Transpyloric plane and subcostal plane.
Subcostal plane मतलब ये
And we
भी subcostal plane. Subcostal तो 12 तरह से vertebral level भी जाता है. That is going to sorry. Subcostal तो इसके और ऊपर जाएगा. Like 12. Yes. So costal margin है ना? थोड़ा सा केज का lower most point पे. ये हाँ ठीक है. इन दोनों के बीच में pancreas है.
and head.
Transpyloric plane की neck है दोनों के बीच में. What is it? Neck of the pancreas is lying in between the two. ठीक है.
If we draw two parallel lines, one neck along the neck and 10 centimeters from it, the
But you need to use mine until you are not audible. Please, I do not want anyone talking there.
if we draw two parallel lines, one across the neck and one 10 centimeter from it, 10 centimeter from it. The body of the pancreas extends along it, and in the upper two-thirds of the transpyloric plane and from the lower border of T12 to the upper border of T3. Sorry, L3. It's the body.
Spleen fluid is also going to enter the hilum of the spleen, na? Hilum of the spleen it is going to enter. Tail of pancreas कहाँ जाएगा? Hilum of the spleen पे जाएगा, so you have to locate the hilum of the spleen also at this point. Tail of the pancreas. Okay, we'll discuss pancreas again. We'll discuss. We need